Nadhiya, welcome to our weekend guest.
Hi Roja, thank you very much for having me on the show.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Second innings. చాలా తక్కువ మంది హీరోయిన్స్కి ఇంత లక్ అండ్ ఇంత ఆఫర్స్ వస్తూ ఉన్నాయి. అలాంటి వాళ్ళలో యు ఆర్ ద వన్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్. సో ఎలా అనిపిస్తోంది? How did you feel about that?
You know, when I did, especially when I did the film Mirchi, after such a long sabbatical, I just did it okay, you know. Kortala Shiva, he came over to Bombay, narrated the story. I thought, okay, I'll do it. So I just did it, you know. But when director Trivikram approached me with Attar Intiki Daredi, was when I said, you know what, I just played a mother's role and don't want to do another Attar role. It's going to be in the same family again, will be stereotyped. I said, you know cinema better than I do. So we talked about all that, and then he said, no, believe me Nadhiya, this Attar is going to be very different. I'm like, for me, Atta is Atta. I don't know how different you can make that as Atta. So he convinced me, and then we took a break for a very long time. You know, we didn't discuss about the film, didn't do the film. He came back again and he said, you know what, I had you in mind when I was writing the script, and I would really, you know, I think you should do it. And that's how we came about. And I admire that quality about director Trivikram, because for him being such a senior and such a popular director, and so anyway, so all that process doing the film, and besides that, I think what took, I mean, I was taken by complete surprise was when the response I got from Attar Intiki Daredi. And honestly, I was not here for the release of the film when the film released, and when I came back to shoot for Drishyam and for something else that had come in between, when people would come up and say, you know, we saw Attar Intiki 15 times and we saw, and you were so good in the film, and I literally couldn't believe my ears. I said, how could, you know, a woman of my age in a film which has, you know, Pawan Kalyan as a lead, and how am I really going to stand out in the film? And you know, I just could not believe my ears. But then as time flew by and as people started appreciating me, I said, wow, this is really amazing. And I really found that it was very gratifying. It was, for me as a woman, I think it is extremely empowering, especially in our industry or even otherwise, where it's so youth oriented and, you know, everything is based only on the hero and the heroine so far. And in that kind of a setup, for me to, you know, stick out and, you know, make my presence felt. So hats off to the script by director Trivikram, and I'm just happy that, you know, I could find that niche and the audience. So I'm still in a state of shock actually from that.
Same Atta character you have played in this also?
Yes. Atta? So I said, now there'll be like this, the only Atta one can find in, you know, Andhra will be me, I think. But, so I told director Trivikram, so I said, see, you're doing this again to me, you're coming back again with the same character. So he said, no, only you can do it, and he said the same things, and he said, but I said, then you need to bring a little bit of change, you need to add some more emotional touches to it, give it some more shades. And so he said, you know, I have all that in mind, and this character is going to be a little different from, but at the end of the day, I'm playing a tough woman, and but it's carved out well. The character has been carved out well.
Negative shades unaya ee Atta character?
Yes, there is, but it is not negative for the sake of being negative. It is negative where you are trying to be protective. So, you know, for instance, you know, sometimes if you are trying to teach your things to do the right thing, or you as a parent would think that this is what is good for you, is what you think. And you might be tough on them, you might get angry at them, and you're only looking at it from your perspective and not from their perspective. So in a way it's negative for the child, the way you are portrayed, but for me it's not really negative, right? I'm trying to do something good out of this. So yes and no, a little bit negative, but not really. The intention is not to be negative.
A bit confusion.
I'm not confused as well. I mean, what I think I'm doing is right, but it may not be right for the other person. So that's the logic behind it.
So Atta for Nithiin or Atta for Samantha?
Atta for Nithiin.
Okay, oka chinna hint dorkindi maaku.
Yeah, well, because everybody knows at this point that Samantha is playing my daughter, so Now she's, as I say in other interviews as well, now I'm just going to adopt her.
త్రివిక్రమ్ మూవీ అంటే కొంచెం పంచ్ డైలాగ్స్ అండ్ కామెడీని ఎక్కువ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి దీనిలో. మీ క్యారెక్టర్ కూడా ఏమైనా
there is, I mean the dialogues are extremely powerful. That is director Trivikram's strength, and there is, but you know, there are scenes when he would explain to me and he would tell me that see, this is what it is, and this is what it is. And you know, I said, I wish I could speak this language a little better, because I would, you know, and especially coming from a writer, and if I give this deadpan expression, so he must be thinking she doesn't get this punch, you know, which is natural. But even with the translated version, I could still get the punch. So I'm sure, I mean, how far powerful it is in Telugu.
Telugu complete ga ravache leda meeku?
No, konjam. I understand. See, I can understand everything you're saying, but if you're telling someone something, I think that's so easy. I should be able to say it, but when it has to come from me, I suddenly kind of go blank, unfortunately. It'll come. It'll take its time.
మీ మూవీస్ మీ హస్బెండ్ కానీ పిల్లలు కానీ చూస్తారా?
My husband, I must say, he watches most of my movies. Okay. Yeah, he is fabulous that way. I mean, and he'll say, and you know, Attarintiki, the thing is, because it's dubbed in Hindi and it comes on other channels, so he sits and he watches this. He's recorded it in Hindi and he's kept it, and then he'll keep watching the last scene, and then he said, this is amazing, no wonder the film did well, or whatever he has to say. But he very sincerely watches. My daughters, it depends on their mood, and because the language is a problem, they don't really watch it. But sometimes if I hear a very exciting script, I run it by the children, I run it by my parents, I run it by my husband, and I'll say, what do you think? You think this is exciting? Because I think it is, you know, okay. And so they'll go with, you know, so they have their views, I have my views, and we put it together, and then sometimes I say
వాళ్ళకి మూవీస్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉందా?
What movies, sorry?
Acting into
my children?
Yes.
Not as of now. My older one, she is 19 and she is actually in college right now in the US, and they sing, they do some theatre at college as well, but nothing as of now.
Okay. తెలుగులో ఎందుకు క్లిక్ అవ్వలేదు నదియా? అంటే మీ హీరోయిన్గా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు you have not done more films in Telugu.
I got married. Okay. I got married very early. So
because
I did
of that reason?
Yeah. So I first did a very well-known director then, Kodanda Ramareddy Garu. I did his film, and it was a double role. My first Telugu film was a double role. Then I did 3-4 other films after that. But it's just that I decided to get married, and my main reason actually for not doing many Telugu then also, you know, the mainstream commercial cinema used to be a little bit more glamorous, so you know, you had to wear like a lot of short clothes, and that was not really my style. So I was not very comfortable. Yeah, it's not my liking. So I said, you know, I don't think I'm comfortable doing these kind of roles, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't do a lot of Telugu then actually.
ఇప్పుడు సెకండ్ ఇన్నింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత నదియా ఒక మదర్కి కేర్ ఆఫ్ అడ్రస్ అయిపోయింది, ఒక మదర్ ఇన్ లాకి కేర్ ఆఫ్ అడ్రస్ నదియా అయిపోయింది. ఫస్ట్ చాయిస్ ఇస్ నదియా. సో ఇంకా ఎలాంటి క్యారెక్టర్స్ చేయాలని ఉంది అదర్ దాన్ దిస్ మదర్ అండ్ మదర్ ఇన్ లా?
Oh, that, you know, you have to ask these script writers. They have to start thinking differently. I was in fact talking to another director whom I'd worked with in Malayalam, and we were just generally talking, and I said, you know, for a man and a woman, the midlife, which is like, you know, the 40s to 50s or whatever it is, it's a very interesting period in one's life. There are a lot of emotions one goes through. As a woman, for me, I think this is the most beautiful phase of my life, because you know, you have kind of accomplished what you want to accomplish. You have a family, and you're doing some work, you're getting a job satisfaction. So there are a lot of things which gives you a satisfaction, which, and there are a lot of other, you know, you say midlife crisis, men like to ride motorbikes. This is the time they go and buy motorbikes at this age. So there are, in fact, I stumbled upon a very interesting script where it's about an older couple, you know, couple who is basically my age, and they're trying to find their first love. And they rekindle that love again, which I thought was very beautiful. You know, many people must have had their first love in their lives, and how it would be going back to them. So I think there are stories that can be written around people of my age, but it'll just take a little bit of more time to
Why don't you take that
Well, I'll have to write and then I'll have to find a producer, and that's not my cup of tea. I like my acting and go pack my bags and go back home. That's a craft that I'll just stick with right now.
So you are satisfied?
Yeah. But of course I would like to do interesting roles. I mean, I was telling director Trivikram as well. I said, you know what, I'm tired of playing this tough woman. I want to be like chilled out. I want to play a comedy. I want to have fun. I don't want people to think...
Drishyam is some of different, kada?
That's different. That's again a very tough role, but it had a lot of shades as well. So this film too has actually some of the emotional aspects, but very little, you know, no matter however tough your outside might be, but there's a part of you that's really soft and lets go at times. So you see that part as well in the film. So it does have its shades, but I want to do something lighter now.
Nadhiya, real life lo kuda inta tough lady na?
I think so. That you have to ask the people. My husband thinks I'm very tough, but yeah, I'm generally a bit on the tough side.
Ekkuga real life ki deggaraga unde characters?
Yes and no. I'm not as tough as the films make me out to be, but I love having fun. I love having a lighter moment. I love you know, meeting up with friends and sharing old times, and I meet up with my school friends, my college friends.
Your favorite character? Second innings start chesin tarvata.
Many of them have had quite of similarities. So of course, even though I would say that every character has had its own, you know, own pluses and minuses, but I think Attarintiki, of course, is, when I read it or when I did it, I didn't realize how powerful a character. This is the magic of cinema, where, you know, once you see the film on the screen, and then you can look as good as you want and you can look as bad as you want. So I think that's where it came as a very big surprise element for me.
Nadhiya ante meaning enti asalu?
I think Nadhiya is more like Nadi, who is always flowing. Yeah.
Okay.
So this was the name, actually, my first director Fazil, who gave me that name.
Tamil director.
He's a Malayalam director, but we did again in Tamil as well, which is again a super hit film.
Okay. Second innings start cheyadaniki first movie edi start chesaru? After taking long gap?
Was M. Kumaran Sana Mahalakshmi, Tamil film.
Okay. Our first day camera face చేస్తున్నప్పుడు
You
ఎలా
know,
అనిపించింది?
I didn't feel like I had missed it for so many years, number one. And actually the most exciting part of doing the film at that point was everyone around me was young. So, you know, the energy was very nice and very high, and, you know, I love that. Because when I used to work, I used to be like the youngest on the set. You know, I was literally 18 or something when I did my first film. And everybody was older. You know, then the producers used to wear like the white dhoti and the white shirt with the golden necklaces, golden rings. You know, it was very different from what I had in. Now it's like all like a buddy feel. You know, it's I can joke, I can get their humor, they get my humor. So suddenly from Nadhiya I became a madam now, because, you know, the seniority has come in. But that doesn't matter. But overall, I thought the vibe was nice, the energy was nice. You know, I could literally talk about anything and just be myself. No one's being judgmental about you. So, you know, all that it just felt very nice and chill.
What's your opinion on today's heroines?
As in what? What kind of opinion?
Their behavior or their towards
they're very focused, and I think they're very ambitious. I think today's, which is good, because it's a very competitive industry, and they work hard. At least most of them work really hard. And it's not like us when we were doing cinema then, which is much easier. You do a cinema, at the most you have like this one award function which comes once a year, which is like, you know, well attended, it has its own popularity, it has its own weight. Nowadays it's not just about acting, it's about, you know, these promos, it's about so many events, so many award nights. It's pretty exhausting. It's like, you know, it's like the weddings nowadays. It's not like a 1 or 2 day wedding, you have like a 5-day wedding celebration. So nothing is done on a small scale, everything is big, everything is huge.
Your favorite heroine, Nadhiya?
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday, today.
You know, for me it just keeps changing. For me, a heroine doesn't, it depends if she touches your heart in some way. For me, I watch a lot of Hindi movies actually. And my recent favorites, funnily has been more than the mainstream. It's been people who have done a lot of character roles. Must be because I focus a little bit more on them, because that's the kind of roles I play right now. But among the younger bunch, I think Kangana Ranaut is fabulous. I still like Kajol very much. And then from here, I think Samantha is very talented. I like Nayanthara as well. But there are quite a few who are. And it depends on how well they do a certain character. So for me, it's all depends on the film and what they do. And heroes, they're all very young for me now, so it's
yesterday's heroes.
Yesterday's heroes, yes. Mahesh's brother Ramesh used to be Mahesh Babu's brother Ramesh used to be he was my co-artist. He doesn't do films anymore, so I think this pointless going back then. But now, all the people I've worked with, I really like Prabhas. He's a wonderful human being, and I like Pawan Kalyan, whom I've worked with, and he's a bit reserved, but he's still very nice. He's very sweet. All the people I've worked with, Ram Charan and Venkatesh is also a lovely guy. Venkatesh was time when I was there as well,
yes.
But we never did a film together. Again, he's a lovely person to work.
చాలా మంది సెకండ్ ఇన్నింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి అది సక్సెస్ అవ్వక టెలివిజన్ వైపు వెళ్ళిపోయారు, సీరియల్స్ అని. అది డైరెక్షన్ కానీ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ కానీ అలాంటి సీరియల్స్, అలాంటి ఆలోచన ఏమైనా ఉందా?
Oh, I got plenty of television, because I think we as middle-aged women, television is the place to be. I have nothing against television. For me, I think it's very redundant. It's like the same thing again and again and again, and that doesn't excite me. Number one. And number two, I don't like to see so much of myself.
You're bored of yourself?
I like to see myself in small doses, so I don't like to be seen so much. So those are the two main reasons why I chose.
So coming back to Meeru Naresh gari combination,
Right.
So Naresh gari gurinchi.
Naresh, we never worked when we were working in our younger days together, but I did Drishyam with him. He's a fabulous actor. He has a good sense of comic timing, and it was nice working with him. He loves to talk, so he's constantly talking, and easy person to work with.
So next movies lo ela chustamu Nadhiyani?
Different.
Not
angry, not tough. I want to do something different.
Okay. Enduk chudali? Lo una highlights.
Lot of reasons. First of all, it's a very simple, sweet film. You go with not too much expectations. It's a film that you go to have a good time. It deals with different kind of emotions. Every family can relate to it in some way or the other. So whether it's kids or whether it is middle-aged, whether it is
complete family entertainer.
Family entertainment. And don't expect too much of twists and turns. And it's a simple film, and I think it will be absolutely paisa vasool.
ఇందాక నుంచి అడగాలనుకుంటున్నాను, ఎలా మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నారు? అప్పుడు హీరోయిన్గా నదియా ఎలా ఉందో, ఇప్పుడు అత్తగా అమ్మగా కూడా అలాగే కనిపిస్తుంది స్క్రీన్లో. ఆ మ్యాజిక్ ఏంటి, ఆ సీక్రెట్ ఏంటి చెప్పొచ్చు కదా?
Oh, there is no big secret. I know everybody asks me this, and my constant answer is I'm just lucky to have good genes, thanks to my parents. But besides that, I do work hard. I work hard in the sense, I work out regularly, and I do weight training, I walk a lot, I do yoga. So I'm a bit fanatic where workout is concerned, but because I love my food, so I have to work hard. So.
What's your favorite food?
Everything. I eat everything.
That's your secret.
Yeah, that's my secret, because I eat for my soul. I want to be a happy person. I love my food. I will eat it for my soul. But then I have to work out, right? If I want to wear certain kind of clothes, I want to look good, then there's no pain, there's no gain. That's a basic philosophy, that's it.
మిర్చి తర్వాత నదియా రెమ్యునరేషన్ పెంచేసిందట, రెమ్యునరేషన్ విషయంలో చాలా స్ట్రిక్ట్గా ఉంటుందట. Is it true?
It's so funny. I always tell people, I said, either people quote a very big number because they want to see Nadhiya bigger than what she is, or they think they shouldn't pay Nadhiya that kind of an amount. And honestly, I'm not being paid any of the numbers that these people are talking about. So if they're absolutely lying. If that's the case, then I need to see more money. I'm not getting that kind of money. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you so much
You're
for
very
talking to
welcome.
NTV. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much, Nadia. I
Pleasure.
wish you all the very best for your
Thank you
future
very
projects.
much.
Thank you.